Nailed it. Yeah, so absolutely nailed that one. Well, I kind of messed up a little bit with filming with Andy Frost from IceFab the other day, and basically I just lost all the footage that I'd filmed of us fitting the new manifold and everything on after he'd done so much work. So yeah, I'm just gonna sort of talk you through what we actually did, or what I had Andy do on the car. And yeah, we just basically had all the hot side kind of redone, remocked up. We had Andy weld up the compressor housing on the turbo. We weren't really happy with the one we'd had done originally, so we decided to change that up, and we had a cast aluminium cast elbow welded on. We then had Andy make us a completely custom outlet for the water flange. So yeah, we needed a load of sensors for the water to control our water pump, ECU, and the gauge. I'm actually fitting a set of Defi gauges in the car now because I might be going road legal with it, because I can, so I may as well. So yeah, I'm going to run a couple of gauges in the car, so we put in an extra couple of ports and blanked off the water pump just to make it all look a bit cleaner. And you know, that took a bit of time, that as well, and Andy blanked off all this for us as well. So we haven't got to just put in like a bit of a block, which you normally do. He did the water pump housing, to which I had to strip off all the timing gear, everything, timing belt, bottom pulley, all the covers and everything on the bottom. So redid all that as well, marked it all up to make sure I knew where I was putting it back, where Dave Yandel had set all the timer and everything. So that all looks good now. And yeah, basically Andy did an amazing job on the new manifold, the new 6-boost manifold. He did all the wastegate as well, so the new Turbo Smart 60mm gate. We fitted a new flange onto the wastegate, and also he made us a teardrop, because these look cool now, so good, teardrop to come out the bonnet for the screamer pipe. So yeah, just Andy did a lot of work for us, which I know this is second time round now, which is a little bit frustrating. It's probably put us back about 6 or 8 weeks from where we should be. Like, the car should be pretty much finished now, but you know, we had a couple of issues with some of the bits we had done, and yeah, it is what it is, and sometimes you just got to keep trying to go at it. And yeah, it's a f***ing nightmare, but it's what we have to do now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've ended up doing. This is how I wanted it originally, and if there's any part of this car now which I'm not happy with, then I will like sort of immediately redo it until I am happy, because it's the only time I'm going to build a car to this spec and spend this much fucking money on something so silly. So, and I'm doing a vlog as well, what the fuck. So yeah, the start of the vlog was great, but yeah, hopefully I'm going to do a bit more today, now that I'm a little bit more motivated and not hungover. You know, there's kind of no excuse now to have the car finished. I can basically do everything on my own now. We had Andy just come up and do the last sort of bit of fab work. He's also taken the intercooler away, so we'll have another day with Andy just to finish a few bits off. But other than that, now it's kind of down to me just to pull my finger out and kind of get the rest of the car together, which I'm going to try and film on my own, which could go quite badly. So now that all sort of the hot side and everything's done, I'm going to move over to doing the inlet and possibly some of the wiring. I'm going to pull all this off, and I've actually got a new, well not new, a second-hand HKS oil cooler oil filter relocation kit. So we're just going to kind of mock up where we're going to put that and where it'll fit sort of in amongst everything down here. And yeah, so we're going to get on with that, get all this side sort of put on. I might even finish off putting the inlet on, get the inlet all bolted up, all final fitted basically, and then yeah, then all it is injector rails. I know I'm missing the lower rubbers for the injectors, but I can order a set of them. So I'll get that ordered. All my fuel lines are already sort of in place, so that should be pretty straightforward. So it's literally my filter relocation kit, the sandwich plate off the engine, and what is it?
A few inches later.
Fuel pressure regulator, that's it. Get there in the end. And yeah, we'll just kind of make all that kind of fit nicely, and then final fit everything, and yeah, then I can start wiring, which I really don't want to do, but I'm gonna have to do. So yeah, let's get on with that. These things, never use them. They are absolutely shocking. The worst things. I bought more. So bearing in mind this was brand new off eBay. Look at that port in there. You can't even see it. It's not even machined properly. And yeah, that would just kill your engine in an instant. So yeah, don't use them. Absolute shit. So needs a bit of a clean up, but yeah, pretty much. This is HKS one, and the filter relocation. I haven't finished cleaning it up, but yeah, we'll just sort of mock up this where we can fit it. All AN10 lines, and then we can fit my oil cooler, and just yeah, hopefully. Even though that doesn't look great, but I will deal with that in a minute. And that will actually work. What is that going to interfere with? Nothing. Right, that's your boy. That's where it's going. So 130 and 170. Right, let's cut them. No, I mean, it's not pretty, not yet, but there we go. There's a bracket. Put Allen key bolts in just so it's a bit easier if I do ever need to remove it again. And then I'll put threads in there. But that is the idea, is to sit it like that. I actually had to angle them slightly just so I could get at the AN fittings there. I didn't really think about that, so I had to step it down slightly. It does look a bit of a disgrace, but once it's painted and under there, you won't be able to tell. So yeah, pretty much the AN fittings there now should all sit pretty good, and I can get at the sensors at the back, so I don't even think I need to trim much more off that. I'm pretty happy. I'm just straightening them up. If it'll focus. Straighten them up, put threads in them, and then I'll drill through from the other side. I mean, it's not too pretty, but it's there. It mounts pretty decent, so we can just drill a couple holes into the body and put threads in the ends of both of them. I can probably get away with that one. So if I do that one now, and just a bit of a trial fit, and see how that goes. sound. All right. Into there. Plenty of clearance. Liking it. So our AN line's there. That should be pretty straightforward. We'll get that. We'll get that top one. Should get that bottom one. Yeah, we'll get that. And then our hot lines will run down to the front, to the cooler. Obviously I'm going to strip all this down, clean absolutely everything, because I don't even know what the car was that it came off. You'd never run just without cleaning it, like not a chance. Clean every AN fitting, you know, bearing in mind this is all the oil that's going to be going through the engine, so yeah, I don't want that to damage anything to start with. So as you can see, we should be able to get from there to there, and here to here we should be able to as well, but it's still got a bit of movement. I can open up them holes as well and sort of direct it wherever I want. You've got the clearance there to get them pipes on. And then underneath I can get it off as well. And then my 2 ports here clear the starter motor, so I can put my temp gauge, pressure sensor into the back of there. So yeah, that looks not too bad considering. So I can actually I'll strip all this down now, give it all the clean, strip that off, give it a clean. Right, so we cleaned up all the fittings and everything, and I had to fit my oil pressure sensor, so we just had to clean out the threads because that was a little bit tight. So that's all cleaned up now. HKS. So yeah, that bracket's all made. We're going to order a couple of these filters, Grady oil filters, but for now we'll just use that just for mocking up. It all looks pretty clean. The oil that came out of this is pretty tidy, so we'll just use it for keeping everything sealed up. If I can get it even started. So we'll just keep it on there for now. And yeah, everything looks pretty neat and tidy now. I'm pretty happy with that. So, what we're on to next now is I'll chuck oil cooler back on the car, get this fitting on. Socket, your fitting, drop your fitting in, get hold of it. You can actually drop your masking tape off. Drop the masking tape off, and then get it in the end. Oh, that was a bit too clean. Slightly key, but there we go. Lovely job. So, as you can see, obviously that's not quite ideal, but it's not kinked. so it's not going to be an issue. I'm not worried about that. That one, we'll just be able to send that one up, and yeah, it all sits pretty nice. Plenty of clearance around everything. I can get onto that, no bother, and yeah, it's pretty solid. So we'll get the 245s on here. We'll run them now and mount the oil cooler, and then yeah, that should be all sort of mocked up. Right, so pretty happy with everything, how this is run. Got my temp sensor in there, pressure sensor in the housing, so it's not, because sometimes you can get vibrations from the engine and that can throw your sensor out, so you're better off having your sensor mounted away from your engine, not plugged in. I've never had an issue with my other one, but it's just something else I wanted to do differently on this, and because I got the HKS relocation kit, it just looks a lot nicer. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how everything's run there now. So it's just literally inlet manifold. I've got a bit of an issue with the inlet manifold, my fuel rail, my pickup points, my pickup mounting points. I haven't got any, so I've got to make some. So that's next. Possibly have a go. No corona, so I might have a little look at that now. Right. So fuel rail, all -8s, twin feed in either side. I can't even show it. Twin feed in either side and return out the middle. And that is supposed to sit like that. Right, I've got one to copy off the old car. So basically, that is what I need, and that is what I've got.